Good afternoon on what is a bright, cold and sunny day. It is Thursday, January the 19th. I am in the reading up with a nice hot cup of tea. And a parcel to continue unboxing. And I've already delved into it here, pulled out several things. And the next thing is this, which is the new version of Into the Odd, now available via Free League Publishing. Now, Into the Odd came out a few years ago and was quite an influential little microclone. It was an old school Renaissance style game, adjacent to the old school Renaissance, but in style and in terms of play. But its mechanics were, in general, a lot simpler and more direct. And it had a vaguely kind of, it could have been fantasy, it could have been Dickensian feel to it, but this new version is much longer, by probably 4 or 5, no, basically I would say 5 times the length, and much more detailed, and it follows on from the author's Electric Bastion Land, which he published a few years ago. So. Which is basically expanded upon the model rather than necessarily was a direct replacement. So, a rules-light, flavour-heavy role-playing game of industrial horror and cosmic strangeness. Bastion is the only city that matters. It is in its industrial age. It's the smoke-shrouded hub of mankind, surrounded by a world of lurking horrors and cosmic interface. The underground spreads beneath our feet, and the stars loom above. There we go. And this is a really nice hardback book. The basics. Here the author Chris McDowell again, and then we've got Johan Nohr, who did the graphic design and obviously worked on Merc Bourge. Here we've got the table of contents, but this is a much different looking book than Merc Bourge. It is not art punk. But here we've got a description of the world, what it's like. The world is too large for you explorers to map. Okay, and too old for academics to record. Expedition returns with tales of places bizarre, wondrous, and horrific. And you're an explorer, brave and unknown in search of riches, knowledge, and power. Most of all, you seek arcana, strange devices holding unnatural powers. So, we've got a nice little section, new to RPGs. It's unlikely you're going to be new to RPGs if you come across this book, but if you are, you've got this section here. How do you play? What do you need? And then how on to rolling a character. And we have a very kind of baroque piece of art photo there. And essentially, characters are very clearly and easily defined. 3 attributes: strength, dexterity, willpower. And then you get a starter package and some companions, and go. That's it. And you literally roll for a starter package on a table. Grab some equipment, and you're ready to play. And then turn over. Fantastic piece of artwork. And essentially, you've got playing the game. There are the rules. Go. But, just one page. Couple of pages, you're already dealing into combat, and in general these games are sort of like player facing, so you will roll to attack and then roll to avoid incoming attacks, or attacks essentially will deal a set period, a set amount of damage, and you've just got to survive them when they hit. And then we get on to Arcana, which is the devices which the explorers are searching for in this world. And essentially what you've got here is a long list of interesting devices and arcana that you can find and will make your character more interesting and capable. And you've already got lesser arcana, now we've got greater arcana there. None of them illustrated, they're just simple descriptions like a power leech, target must pass a will save, or else you swap strength scores with them to either side returns with their strength with its original value when they rest. Or Hawk of Prosperity, a mechanical bird that will help you accumulate wealth, requires a shilling each day as food. I don't know whether that's actually helpful or not, but potentially, you know, you've got to role play that, bring that into play. And even goes up to legendary arcana. So, like the force field generator creates a semi-transparent, shimmering surface that only you can pass through. Enemy approaching the wall is blasted with light for damage. And then we have an example of play, and I keep saying this, if you've got a role-playing game, always put an example of playing, because it gives you an idea of what the designer has in mind when the game is being played. You don't have to play it exactly like it's written down here, but it gives you an idea. And that's several, I mean, that's running for, so that's 2 pages, 3 pages, and then there's another page in here on a short, there we go, 4 or 5 pages in length, just to give you a feel of what the game is meant to be played like. And that will fit in combat as well, I'm presuming, and then when you've conducted an investigation, come back, here's what happens next. And then dealing with other aspects of the settings like enterprise and war, and then being the referee. And this is all written in a very kind of simple, straightforward, terse kind of style. It's clearly presented, made accessible, and we've got an explanation of how the game works for the referee. And then dealing with treasure and riches and how that affects the campaign, how to bring that in and make it interesting. Sections on discovering arcana, throwing in obstacles, tricks and hazards in the way of your player characters as they explore. You've got samples there, again continuing with this sort of fantastic artwork, and then encounters which you can throw in their way. You always make interesting, so including example monsters, and then the Oddworld itself, and we're basically being to explore the setting, which includes Bastion, the hub of mankind, beyond Bastion itself, beyond civilization. And there isn't a lot of information here, but it's really sort of saying, here's the basics, here's the starting point, make it your own. And then the Iron Corral, and this is a description of locations which the player characters can explore. And a very quick, so kind of quick and dirty kind of dungeon for them to explore, or facility. And then, so that's, so you've got about 20 locations there or so. And then we've got the halls of glass and gold. So multiple little adventures and areas for them to explore. Echoes of the Iron Coral. The Fallen Marsh as an area for them to explore, so you can put those locations into that region. You know, which descriptions of each of the hex contents there. Myth of the March, which you can bring into play to actually, you know, to drive your player characters almost to have them explore Hero's Tomb, Burning Tower. So you've almost got like a mini campaign there involved. And then we have Hope's End, Last Port of the North. So which essentially a point from which your player characters can set out and explore, make a name for themselves. And then arrivals from Bastion. So further NPCs they can encounter. And then the Odd Pendium, more information for the referee and her players. Just a simple, you know, sets of tables, things like what's the street like, Bastion's cast of thousands, is there a link to the underground, the quickest route across town, Bastion's greatest businesses. Just, you know, these are prompts, nothing more. There's no real explanation. With creatures list, astral cults, what's beyond the darkness, probably best don't know, what's that island, I eat stuff. Just table after table. Is this thing an Arcanum? Alternative character groups and ideas for bringing characters together. So on. And alternative starter packages to go with them. So yeah, that is the new Into the Odd. Fantastic little game, fantastic new addition. Lots of play you're going to get out of there, because essentially the gameplay is simple, character creation is simple. You're working off very few pointers. You're going, okay, my character does this, he does that, and essentially, and then you just build on there and make the character what you want. And it's all packed up with this, little setting, lots of little different locations within the setting which the player characters can go and explore and have fun. So yeah, that's Into the Odd, newly published by Free League Publishing. Anyway, thanks for watching another unboxing of the Nook. If you enjoyed this, then please do click on the like button down below. And of course, if you've got any comments or feedback, I appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to get more unboxing of the Nook, where you will see me out here with a box containing a book which I'll unbox and chat about to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so. All, of course, accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea. Then please do hit the subscribe button down below. Once again, thanks for watching another unboxing Nook. I'll be back again soon with another one. Bye for now.